Ooh. Welcome back everybody to a brand new video on the Dentist Saad channel. My name is Saad, and today, what are you doing, Wakas?
Reacting to my dental checkup that I had.
So as you guys know, recently Wakas had one of his teeth extracted at our local dentist. So today I thought it would be a good idea to record a video where the patient gets to see the dentist doing his own extraction, and we'll just get Wakas's reaction to his own tooth extraction. Let's get into the video. Anyway, okay, so I've got the video up right now. And we're just gonna watch the part where he actually gets his extraction once we're actually at the clinic. But if you want to see the entire video, so if you want to see the entire original video, check it out right over there, or click on it at the end of this video. Let's see what happens. The dentist gave Wakas a checkup and determined he needed an X-ray taken of his teeth. So we've arrived into the dental clinic. You sat at your chair. So what's going through your mind right now? What happened when you went in?
The dentist told me they had to, what do you call it? Use that hook thing.
Hook thing? You mean the Explorer? So by the way, he's talking about a dental explorer, which normally we would use to check how bad a caries on a tooth is. So it looks like this. Okay, keep going. So they use that picky thing called an Explorer.
Yeah, so then they used the Explorer, they shoved it all the way up in my tooth, up here. And then...
How do you feel when they did that?
It hurts because it went right up to my gum. So then she goes, you have a caries over there or something like that. And I think they said my filling fell out. Yep.
So he had a filling on that tooth before, which has fallen out multiple times. I don't know what the dentist keeps doing. The filling normally falls out if saliva gets into that tooth before they can put the composite onto the filling. So clearly they weren't doing a good job, but what can you say? Either way, that's one of the main tests that we do for caries. So we would put the Explorer into the cavity that you have, and if it causes pain, then that's an indication for us that it is an actual caries, and we do need to treat the tooth immediately. So obviously he had pain, indicating that he had a caries on the crown of that tooth. Okay, so she said she was getting you up for an X-ray at this point. Here's a picture of you just before you got the X-rays. Me, the dentist, and the dental assistant all left the room. We left us in the room once the dentist had set up the X-ray film and the X-ray machine, as you can see right over here. Then after that, we used the X-ray machine that I'm about to show you right here. This is the X-ray machine operated from outside the dental room. Here's an example of... So that was the actual X-ray machine. So while you were in the room, we were outside, and the dentist literally selects the tooth that they want to X-ray and just presses the button, and it just does the X-ray, and then we can walk in afterwards. So what was going on in the room while we were outside? Did you see any like flashes, any light, or did you feel any heat on your teeth perhaps?
You know that X-ray film, like the orange kind of one?
Yeah.
It like hurts because it's like sharp at some point. It just goes into your gums and it hurts.
So it was pressing against your gums, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically how that works is the X-ray machine, let's move it back so you can see the X-ray machine. How that works is the X-ray machine shoots out X-rays. Now X-rays are able to pass through soft tissue like your gums, your skin, all that sort of stuff, but your bones actually absorb the X-rays. So bones are considered of high density, and your teeth are bones which are high density, which absorb the X-rays. So your teeth absorb the X-rays, your soft tissues such as your blood vessels, your skin, your gums don't absorb the X-rays. So the X-rays that haven't been absorbed reach the film, cause a reaction, and they turn the film black. And the white part is part that hasn't been touched by the X-ray, and that is what tells us the shape of your teeth, and we can determine from that if you have a caries or anything like that. Did I explain X-rays a bit better to you? I saw that you got a light bulb moment. He's like, oh, it all makes sense. Yeah, I know. We just had a radiology exam and we learned all about this. So yeah, I'm excited to actually maybe one day have my own patient that I can give an X-ray to. Over summer, I did do work experience where I got to see quite a few X-rays, and we saw quite a few in uni as well. I'll pop one of them up over here. But there you go, let's keep going from here. So right now you've gone your X-ray, and we're going to go back into the room. That we got. The dentist determined he had a caries in the crown of his second maxillary primary premolar, which was nearly entirely resolved anyway, so the best indication here was an extraction. As the dentist said, he had a caries in the crown of his second maxillary primary premolar because he had his baby tooth, but his permanent tooth was about to erupt as well. So did you already feel a lot of pain in that area?
Yeah,
I'm guessing you did.
Day.
Yeah, every single day, as you can see, because obviously he has the pain from the tooth erupting, which is trying to come through the gums and trying to, resorb the gums and trying to just erupt. And then you also have a caries on the other tooth, so you've literally got double the pain. So I'm guessing he was going through a lot of pain over here, and he really needed this extraction. Let's keep going.
Are you getting pain at night time? Is it keeping you awake?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
There you go. So here's how tooth eruption works. Actually, this might be an interesting thing. So your primary teeth, they're just doing their thing, they're in their place, and your permanent teeth are considered to be tooth buds in the beginning. So as the permanent teeth are developing above your primary teeth inside your gums or your bones, so the permanent teeth have cells that release chemicals which break down the roots of your primary teeth. As they're about to exit, they start breaking down more and more and more root as they get closer to the surface, until eventually only a little bit of the crown is left, and that little bit just falls out. That's basically the sort of extraction what Saad had right now. Most of his root was already resorbed, only a little bit of the crown was left, and that had a caries, so the dentist just take it out.
So the whole of it, are you getting pain at night time? Is it keeping you awake?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, that feeling there looks like the decays in the nerve. Okay, so we'll have to take the tooth out.
So you said you have pain at night.
Yeah.
So what happens at night? Is it just what are you doing? Is it after you brush your teeth? Is it you touch it with your tongue and you start having pain? What was causing?
Yeah, if I slept on my left hand side, then it my face is on my pillow, so then it would hit my gut. What do you call this thing, bro? This whatever.
Cheek.
Yeah, the inside, the inside of my cheek would always just hit over here. So then you'd feel the tooth, and it'd always move around, and it hurts a lot. Yeah.
Well, there you go. And yeah, that was one of the main things he told the dentist. And pretty much as soon as he said this, and she did the percussion with the dental explorer, she basically knew he had a caries. The X-ray was just for extra measure, just to see where the tooth bud was, so it wouldn't get harmed during the extraction. Okay, let's keep going. I had to get permission from my parents to allow him to get the extraction. And then the extraction continued.
That injection looks massive.
Here's the thing, basically how it works is there's something called a carpule, which is a little glass sort of thingy, and we put that into the injection. So the injection thing is really just a big container for the actual small carpule that we put inside of it, which I really think is a bad idea, because now the injection looks huge and people that are already scared of injections are even more scared. But because we use this sort of injection, we can keep reusing the injection, so it causes less biological waste, which is the main reason that we do it. So what were you thinking at this exact point when she's got a syringe right there next to your mouth, and you're looking at it, you're like, that's a big syringe?
I was just preparing myself. Later in the video, you see I'm just clenching my hands as hard as I can. I don't know, I feel that just helps you. If you just put all your pressure and think about another part of your body or something, and then you just completely forget about what's going on with your mouth.
Would you say the fear you had of getting the anesthesia was more than the actual amount of pain you felt once she started doing the anesthesia?
No, not really.
So you weren't scared at all?
I was a bit, obviously, everyone is, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
No, fair enough. That's very good then. Man's not scared. Let's keep going. The dentist is now using local anesthetic with terminal infiltration technique to anesthetize the tooth for extraction. Do we use lidocaine in the UK as well for anesthetic? So right now, as I just said, the dentist used terminal infiltration technique. Now, terminal infiltration is just one of the many techniques that we can use to anesthetize the tooth. It basically means that we're anesthetizing only the few nerves that are around the tooth and the tooth root. So we're not going to anesthetize a whole area of your face right now, because obviously we're going to try and avoid anesthetizing all of your face unless we actually need to. So at this point, terminal infiltration just to anesthetize the area around the tooth. And then she's going to try and do the extraction. Do we use lidocaine in the UK as well for anesthetic?
But what did she answer?
Yeah, I think she said yeah. So in the UK they do use lidocaine just like we do in Bulgaria. But basically lidocaine and articaine are basically the worldwide local anesthetics that everyone uses. There are a few other types, but these are the main ones that we use. Especially for the maxillary teeth, lidocaine is recommended. So perfect anesthesia right here. Did she ask you to close your eyes at this point?
No.
Why did you have them closed? Were you just
I don't know.
were you oh no, the injection.
I was just trying to not think of it.
Fair enough. I think that's the best way. Like, just don't think of it when you go there. Like, literally, the pain is gonna last 1 second, and it's not even like a lot of pain. It's just the injection going in. Once it's in, it starts releasing the anesthetic. You're not gonna feel anything anymore. You're trying to be calm, which is a really good thing. Like, you were being really calm, which is perfect. That's the sort of patient that us dentists look for. So you're doing a really good job. It's really difficult when the patient is just like screaming around and really scared of anesthesias and all that sort of stuff, because obviously you have to calm them down, which is one of the main things you have to do before you can give anesthesia to a person. If someone isn't calm, the anesthesia isn't going to like have a proper effect. So now she's giving you the anesthesia.
How does it taste?
So when I said how does it taste, how did it taste?
Not very pleasant.
Could you feel the effects of the anesthesia immediately? So as soon as they gave you the anesthesia, was it like starting to get numb?
It wasn't straight away. It was like a few moments later, then it started to get numb slowly.
Which part got numb first? Was it the exact place where you had the pain that started getting numb first, or was it like a?
It was right there.
Oh, so that's perfect. Oh, there you go. Perfect anesthetic technique. Good job, work as a dentist. You better give her a 5-star, yeah? He's like, no, 5-star, like a 3 max. Good job, brother. Okay, relax.
The dentist is now using a straight hand elevator in order to extract the tooth.
So, what you told me earlier, what did you think this was?
I know, it's not a screwdriver.
You thought it was a screwdriver.
No, I
you
didn't.
said earlier he came to me and he said that dentist used a screwdriver on my teeth.
Guys,
didn't
I
you?
said a plus.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how to say plus in English.
I said yeah, screwdriver.
It's not a screwdriver. It's not.
Anyway,
It's like that. You basically use it to yank nails out.
The dentist is now using a straight hand elevator in order to extract the tooth. She does the first step of extraction called syndesmotomia.
Okay, this will just feel like pushing now, alright.
there you go. First step of extraction. So right now, you know when she started using this, how did you feel immediately? As soon as she put that on the first part of your teeth, what did you feel?
A lot of pressure.
Pressure.
Yeah.
And then?
It just felt like. It's like. It was like when you take like a really fat screwdriver and you try to just shove it in the middle of your teeth.
See, he called it a screwdriver. I told you guys. I told you he called it a screwdriver.
It looks like one, and it felt like
It does look a bit like a screwdriver. It's because of the handle. Now this is actually called a straight hand elevator. It looks like this. So the straight hand elevator is what we use. You can use it for full extraction, but what she used in this case is for syndesmotomia. Now that is the first stage of extraction. In syndesmotomia, what we're basically doing is we're separating your gums from your tooth. So we're breaking up those periodontal ligaments to, just separate your tooth, so it's
it
easier
felt like
to
that,
extract.
'cause, like you could feel it in like the top bit of your tooth over here, and
Could you feel it breaking apart the ligaments? 'Cause
yeah, you could hear like little cracks.
there you go. So that's when the tooth is being separated from the gums. And then as we go on, let's play the video and we will see, because Okas had a little bit of pain, and let's see what happened then. So she says it should just feel like pressure and pushing, and then Okas Moses has to say yes. So when did it hurt? What was she doing exactly?
There was a lot of pressure. I think she was like putting it like straight in like here,
Yeah.
and then you could just feel it, and it hurt a lot.
Yeah, so I think what she was doing at this point is she was like, just to make it simpler, she was just going to use a straight hand elevator to do his extraction. But when she got a bit deeper into the tooth, he started experiencing pain. So she was like, yo, I need to do something else about this and try and fix it. So he started experiencing pain at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
So she decided she needed to do an anesthesia of the maxillary nerve, which will anesthetize his cheek, lip, and all of the region around that tooth.
Okay, so at this point, because he was still having pain, the dentist decided that the best course of action is to do a different type of anesthesia. This is known as the maxillary nerve anesthesia. She'll anesthetize the maxillary nerve, which basically innervates the cheek, a little bit of the nose, all this region over here. All of that basically gets anesthetized with the maxillary nerve infiltration method. It's not used as the first method, because when you're eating, maybe you'll bite on your cheek afterwards or something like that. So we try not to use it, but if we have to, that is the next step. So she's doing a really good job here. So when she was doing this anesthesia to you, did you feel pain? Because it is the second anesthesia.
No, nothing.
There you go.
Because that bit was already numb. Because from the first injection, she used half of it to put it up here in my gum, and she used the second one to put it from under on my top, whatever it's called. And then for this one, she did it like around this area again in the top, so then you couldn't feel a thing.
But when she was actually doing the anesthesia, did you feel pain or was it just like pressure or nothing at all?
Nothing. And look, this.
So what do you call this, Wakas? What do you call it? Huh?
It's called a very elegant word. Blast.
Yeah, I don't know the English word for plus, so I'm not even going to try. But this is known as your forceps. A forceps is just these tools that we use for the extraction of teeth. And every different type of tooth has a different type of forceps, including different forceps for your upper and your lower teeth. So the premolar forceps, which was used in this extraction, looks like this. And yeah, that's what the dentist has.
Now she uses the premolar forceps, which looks like this.
So how did it feel when she was moving your tooth about right here?
Felt a lot of pressure.
No pain?
A specific motion
A
to
bit,
loosen
yeah.
the tooth so it
Tad
can
bit.
easily be pulled
Yeah.
out.
Oh. And there you go. The dentist has a specific motion that you have to do, which depends on the type of tooth that you're extracting.
Successful.
You know,
And there you
know
go.
when she pulled out the tooth right there?
Yeah.
I don't think you could hear it in the camera, but I could. It just sounded like a large bang right in the top of my head.
Bang!
Yeah, it was just like. I'm not gonna say anything because I'm just gonna get violated.
Go on. Like what? They say this is interesting. Like I didn't.
Yeah, it's like it sounded like she just like snapped it. That's what it sounded like. That's why after this I was like, it sounded like she snapped it, but then you said that she did a pretty good job, so probably just me.
Wait, so you heard a loud bang?
Yeah,
Make the sound. What did the bang sound like?
it was like if you take like a pencil and you just break it in half. That's what it sounded like, but really fast.
Oh man. Okay. I don't know. I have literally no idea. If you're a dentist, comment down below what that bang could be. Only you and Wakas know about it. But yeah, she's done the extraction. It's been successful right now, and I'm guessing the dentist was happy that it was successful, and Wakas was happy that his tooth finally came out.
The cotton swab is put in place and Wacky is asked to apply pressure to the bleeding.
There you go. So normally after an extraction, we check the extraction socket that's left behind, and then if there's any sort of blood clots or remnant of a root left behind, we'll need to extract that, or we'll use curettage, where we use a certain instrument to remove all of the blood clots just to clear out that socket. After that, the dentist would obviously apply pressure onto the tooth socket just to return it back to its normal shape after the extraction, and then just send the patient home with a cotton in that part of its tooth. So there you go. So she's checking if there's any clots or anything, keeps cleaning off the blood, puts the cotton in place, and then Wakas is told to apply pressure. And there you go. Pretty much the extraction was done. Wakas's tooth was out, and it was a success. At the end, the dentist gave Wakas a few instructions, such as don't eat a lot of hot foods, don't do exercise just for today, just so that the clot can heal, because all of these things can increase your blood pressure or increase the blood flow to that area and just cause extra bleeding, which you don't want. And he was given an extra cotton swab as well. Did you use it, by the way?
Yeah, use it after.
There you go. But how does your tooth feel now? Today, a few days after your extraction, how does it actually feel?
It feels good.
Do you have any pain? Have you noticed your permanent tooth coming through, by the way?
It's not come through yet. There's still like, it's like a decent layer of gum still there, but on the side over here I can feel like the adult tooth. It's like gonna rip through the side gum.
Oh, see, well, there you go, it's coming through. I mean, we did say in the video that he will need orthodontic treatment. So after all of his extractions are done, he will probably need braces just to fix up all of the problems that he has in your home.
If you haven't enjoyed this video, leave a dislike, but if you liked it, please give a thumbs up.
Well, there you go, Wakas said it all.
Well, please subscribe. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month.
Flipsy. Listen, if you guys enjoyed this video and if you learned something new and you haven't subscribed to this channel, what the hell are you doing? Hit that subscribe button right down there, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year and we can't do it without your support. So hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of amazing videos planned for you this year, and we'll see you guys in the next video.